Hello once again, Commanders, and welcome. We are in Red Alert 3, not Kane's Wrath anymore. Well, we'll be moving around quite a bit, and who do we have in the bottom right side of Pool Party 1v1? This is a special edition map made, it's from the 2v2 map, or the 4-player map, Pool Party, but it's been customized a little bit by Maniek, I believe. I'm actually not positive, I'm pretty sure, but we do have iCyro, or Cyro, as Maniek, or we do have Maniek as iCyro smurfing a little bit in the bottom right side of Pool Party, and we do have as the blue allies, and in the top left side as the orange allies, allied mirror matchup, we do have Make Monkey Dance. And I have not seen this before. I do not know who Monkey Dance is, or Monkey Make Dance, one of the two, but we do have him versus Maniek, and Maniek, one of a top player, I don't want to say one of the top players, but a top player in Red Alert 3. A pretty good player, I might add. Someone who's far better than me. Both of these players walling in their refineries, pretty standard there. Gotta protect them. Not taking down that engineer. Maniek, what you doing? You could have taken down that engineer. You probably would have lost the dog. You wouldn't have got that scouting information, but you would have taken out that 500 credit engineer, and that engineer probably going to be going for that oil derrick. That's what I would expect. Look at that, Maniek already grabbing his own oil derrick, and we do have Monkey's engineer not doing a whole lot, just sitting there waiting to get gobbled up by a dog. Those dogs gonna ring around the rosy of that peacekeeper, gonna keep that peacekeeper running all day long, but these two peacekeepers will lock down this dog if he gets in range. Absolutely gone. Dog goes down. So no more scouting information for Maniek from that dog. We do have a war factory, no airfield, out of Make Monkey Dance, and it looks like expansion or possibly proxy production facilities out of Maniek. He's only got that barracks. He's got a couple of peacekeepers over here, just gonna be, locking down this area, so to speak. Redeploys his MCV over here, and he does have this building up here, so he controls, kind of this section. He's kind of relinquished his hold on that section. Maybe gonna be taking the middle ground for scouting information, but we will see. And we do have two peacekeepers possibly going to be able to clean up this building. Depends on how much attention that Make Monkey Dance is paying here. Okay, he is going to force his way into that building, kick out Maniek. He now controls the kind of top part of the map. Maniek going for that airbase, laying it down next to the refinery, which, what refinery? There's no refinery there, but he does have that airfield placed, so it will block off one of the sections of that war factory, or of the refinery. I'm assuming, yes, he is getting that third refinery out. He's going to have a bit of an economic lead over his opponent, which his opponent has actually already redeployed, probably going to be grabbing that third, possibly throwing down his own airfield. But it is important to note that Maniek, he's saved himself 2,000 credits by not deploying a war factory. But at the same time, he's only got infantry and just now Vindicators. And it does not look like those Vindicators have that 3-bomb upgrade, that advanced aeronautics upgrade. It does look like he's just got the 2 bombs and not doing a whole lot. Okay, so he does take down the IFV. Nearly loses a Vindicator. That would not be worth it if he would have lost that Vindicator. And actually, I guess he didn't have the build radius to place his airbase there to block off that section of wall. And normally you see players that you're going to be dropping down your airfield. Oh, not enough room here, or build radius. Blocking off one of the sides, protects it from terror drones and stops units from attacking. Obviously no terror drones in here, as this is an allies mirror matchup. I'm sure you could tell by now. We do have Maniek actually out of power. So, and he actually also used that scanning support power, which this tells our orange Make Monkey Dance, or Monkey Dance. Orange Monkey Dance player, Monkey player, just saw, I'm assuming, well, if he didn't see, but he did see possibly that that support power, that scan, which you get that by going into the top secret protocols. It's one of these early ones, and instead of getting aeronautics or I forget what the advanced technology upgrade, I believe it's called, benefits a number of units, bears, guardian tanks. If you're going to go ground army, you're going to want to get that upgrade. But if you're going air, you want to get that advanced aeronautics. So you do get those 3 bombs in the Vindicators. But if Monkey Dance was paying attention, he saw that. He knows that there is no advanced aeronautics for at least, another minute or so. And we do have only one Apollo, so I'm not sure which upgrade Monkey got, but he probably got either the advanced aeronautics, which would be kind of weird considering his war factory opening. He basically got the airfield after Maniek got this airfield and started using those Vindicators. So the Apollos are kind of reactionary to the Vindicators. So now he's going to be able to, he's got air superiority, and if he got that advanced aeronautics upgrade, which I don't think he did, actually, let's see if we can check while I babble on about how, I don't know if he did. Yeah, as you can see, he does have that, what is it called exactly? Surveillance sweep upgrade. And instead of getting the advanced aeronautics or the high technology upgrade. And if DoingMonkeyDance was paying attention, he knows that. And what did he get? He did get the advanced aeronautics. So his aircraft are superior in basically every way. I believe they get increased firepower. I think they do more damage as well. Vindicators do get that third bomb, and Apollos, I'm assuming they get increased ammo. Going to take down that Apollo fighter, goes down. No, it doesn't, saving all of that money, and on top of that, losing a Vindicator. Fair-sized mistake out of Monkey. He just lost an Apollo, which actually, maybe this is part of a secret plan. He wanted to lose one of those Apollos to free up the spot in his airfield for a Vindicator. So maybe that was actually a secret, very sneaky ploy. He is building a Vindicator, so that is entirely possible. And these surveillance sweeps showing exactly what MonkeyDance is doing, and it's not a whole lot. He's, dropping down that barracks, kind of bit of a proxy barracks, nothing like a crazy rush, obviously, at this stage of the game as we head into the mid-game, but we do have Tier 2, or possibly Tier 1.5, I believe it counts as Tier 2, but those tanks, and one Vindicator does go down, 2, and all 3 Vindicators do go down. That is a sizable investment from Maniek. He has spent a fair amount of money on those Vindicators. I believe they're 1,200 credits each. We will double check just to make sure. And he's only pumping out cryocopters now, which can freeze and shrink units. So kind of a slow opening game. We did see, an IFV and a Riptide come in here. They got pushed back. IFV did get taken out, but, 4,800 credits because initially those, and there goes, as you saw, the advanced aeronautics upgrade benefiting all of those units. But we do have 3,600 credits that just went down, and an additional 1,200 credits that went down before. So, what is Maniek going to do? And we do have a small Air Force. You got a Vindicator, but with that 3-bomb upgrade and those 2 cryocopters, exactly what is he going to do? He's going to be using, if he micros properly, 1 bomb per unit or structure, and you can, take out 3 refineries this way, take out 3 harvesters this way, more commonly harvesters than refineries, as harvesters, yep. Very good micro out of our Orange Allied player. MonkeyDance was able to take down that oil derrick. That's not a super common build, but the Apollos do survive out of there, going to escape on straight home. But he was, able to take down that oil derrick, and I'm sure he would have liked to press on, take down a Prospector or 2, as he did have those 2 more bombs waiting. We do have a Riptide APC. I'm going to hope that Maniek has a bit of a sneaky surprise up his sleeve for us, but we will see. And, oh, not enough to finish off that Riptide, so maybe it's got some engineers, maybe it's got something else in it. Back to full size, basically dead. What is Maniek going to be doing? Not a whole lot, as he is defending in the middle of the island. But keep an eye on this blue dot up in here. Tell me in the comments below if I missed it. Also, tell me in the comments below, because, I can read those before I actually cast this, so I'll know if I miss anything. Anyways, yes, if I do miss that, you have, free reign to rage in the comments below about how I missed that. If I missed this APC and it does something absolutely crazy and wins Maniek the game. But we do have a fair-sized force. It is, need to note that this is basically all anti-tank. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 tank, or 5-piece peacekeepers out of here. They do keep the peace with their shotguns. You don't want to have peace, well, they'll shotgun your face, and then it'll be very peaceful. So we do have a heavy anti-vehicle army out of Monkey. and he is shrinking down those Guardian tanks, but the Guardian tanks would have been in the back anyways, although if they do rush forward and get crushed, that's obviously fairly devastating. And a single Apollo does go down, those IFVs being very useful. We do have 3, and now we have 3 Apollos and a single Vindicator out of both players. That was exact air composition. 1, 2, and a Vindicator, and that 1 Apollo did just go down over there, and he is remaking something. We will see what it is. We do have, so we have the exact same air composition out of both players, so neither player is going, you know, heavy anti-air. Well, I guess they are going heavy anti-air, but they're not really doing anything with their anti-air, and going to be freezing down that Riptide APC. That APC is going down? I guess not. Not gonna freeze it, or something. Freeze it, come on. Alright, so that APC is going to go down, get frozen. There's no escape for that APC unless Monkey just forgets about it, but looks like Maniek pushing in from the front. Maniek, or while Monkey is over here, getting distracted a little bit. Doesn't get off too much, might lose a multi-gunner IFV. But what I was trying to say with these airfields is both players have the exact same composition, so it's not like either player is going for a really heavy, you know, 4 Vindicators or 4. We do have taken down the Prospector. Good move out of Maniek and able to take down that IFV, so good move out of Monkey. You know, but when you match compositions like this, you're not doing anything, really, with those units, because they're units that are there to match your opponent's units, if you know what I mean. So I hope that makes sense, what I was trying to say, that is. Because, you know, you got the same composition, you're not going for heavy anti-ground or anything, but I mean, it makes sense. What they're doing makes sense, but it's nothing, you know, all that interesting. What is a little bit more interesting is these Riptide APCs, which are just being thrown away. And if you read a certain guide on latent credits, you know every time you use a unit and it's not doing at least its amount of damage in credits, you're getting a little bit behind. Because if you spend 800 credits on an APC and it does absolutely no damage, you can't really justify having that APC. Okay, 750 credits. But if it's able to take down a Prospector costs 1,400 to remake, and that initial investment from the refineries, that $2,000 from the refineries, you know, you're not going to be, chances are you're not crazy enough to remake the entire refinery, because you can just remake the Prospector for those 1,400 credits. But if you're spending 750 credits to, you know, he's losing that mining time, he's having to rebuild it, that's 1,400 credits, you know. So that Riptide paid for itself. But what about these other 2 Riptides? One that got taken out, and I know I'm missing that Athena Cannon. Athena Cannon going to be taking down possibly both of these structures. That would be fairly devastating to Maniek. Although Maniek does shrink it down, not able to freeze it or anything, because of all of this support. So Monkey, he's, you know, moving forward with his Athena Cannon, but he's also supporting it very heavily with Guardian tanks, with Javelin Troopers, and even with a couple of Peacekeepers. And we do have Maniek taking down those wall segments, but, you know, so easy to rebuild those wall segments, although not if you're being attacked in the front. So maybe Maniek, you know, he's taking down this wall. Oh no, well, he freezes it now, so Monkey is going to be able to take those down very easily. 1 IFA down, 1 Javelin down in just a moment. I guess not. There it does go down. So that attack was locked down. No damage there. You know, $10 on a wall segment, I guess. But anyways, back to latent credits. If you're, you know, spending 3 Riptides that are basically not doing anything to take out 1 Prospector, not really necessarily getting your money worth. Although this 3rd Riptide can still be useful, locking down that Prospector. So losing a airfield and a refinery for 2 Prospectors is an alright deal. It's not optimal for Maniek, but we do have Tier 3, so both players are on Tier 3 too. Tier 3 now. We do have no more Mirage tanks. Oh man, all this concave out of Monkey is absolutely awesome. Able to crush, absolutely destroy that army from Maniek. But can he push in? Because a lot of Peacekeepers may be what Maniek needs to deal with all of these Javelins, but you gotta deal with these not Scorpion tanks. Been casting too much King's Wrath for that. These Guardian tanks, but Mirage tanks, Guardian tanks, Athena cannons. Maniek, or Monkey, has the superior army. Maniek doesn't have a lot to deal with it. And, you know, running in slow motion because they were, I don't know what that command is called, where you left and right click at the same time. You can arrange your army. All of the units move at the same speed. Pro tip, very good for, you know, moving armies of varying, where you've got fast units and slow units, you move them together. If you left and right click and hold, you can position units when you've got units selected. But we do have, you know, a couple of Mirage tanks out of Maniek, but it's not able to match the absolutely giant army of Monkey. So Maniek, if he wants to take this game, he needs to do something sneaky, or he needs to get far better positioning than Monkey. Monkey, you saw that concave earlier where all of his javelins were firing, and basically it was just funneling. Maniek was just funneling a couple of units in there at a time. Well, not a couple. He did have the majority of his army there, but they were just taking so much damage, and now walking through that laser beam, going to be taking him out fairly quickly. A little bit of lag there, sorry. And we do have not really an engagement. I mean, both of these armies are just kind of sitting there. Maniek does have the much smaller army, but can he come out ahead? Focus firing down a cryocopter, which no more air support for either player. And watch out on the top side, we got Peacekeepers moving in for the kill. If they can take down that Prospector, that will be a nice victory, as Monkey is down here taking down this army. And no more Mirage tanks for either player, only Guardian tanks, which aren't very good at taking down infantry, but they can run them over, as the Athena cannon does go down. Absolutely great play from Maniek there, taking down that Athena cannon. Those things are not cheap, and they're also a very heavy part of this force. But Monkey able to take down that Mirage tank before it even got a single shot off. I don't believe it got a single shot off, and cleaning up this force. But what does Monkey have to follow it up? Not a whole lot, although if he can take out this armor facility, that will be pretty good, and he can very easily with these three, I guess only two Athena cannons. They're going to be able to clean this army up, take down these production facilities. But look at this refinery, it's going down, and look, there's nothing building here because Monkey is he's watching down here, and Maniek is going to be freezing an Athena cannon. Can he take it out, though? Because just freezing it only delays your demise. You really need to be taken out. War Factory and Barracks goes down. A little bit of a broken record there, I know, but also base defenses going down. So, Maniek up against the ropes. He's really being hammered hard by Monkey, and Monkey, if he's not too careful, he's going to be, you know, losing to just a couple of units, couple of Peacekeepers back in his home base, which these Peacekeepers are absolutely going crazy. We got two of them absolutely full veterancy. But Monkey, does he know it yet? He may not know it. I mean, that sitting here from our commentator position giving full map view, we can say, oh yeah, he must know about it. But in the moment, when you're not necessarily paying attention and you got Eva telling you you're losing units and being attacked over here, you don't necessarily notice if she says you're being attacked over here. So keep that in mind. And MCV does go down. Maniek, not able to pull it out. I was really hoping that those three Peacekeepers were just going to somehow win the day for Maniek, and, you know, Monkey was just going to not notice, and that would have been such an awesome comeback. But that being said, MonkeyDance did play the superior game. Able to take a game off of Maniek. Maniek, a very good Red Alert 3 player, and I'm assuming MonkeyDance is a smurf for someone. I don't know who. Interesting game. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Highly entertaining game. Kind of a longer game. Not super long. We have seen, of course, longer as we approach going on the 20-minute mark. Which, you know, 14-minute game, but Fraps lags the game a little bit, so we're going on to 20 minutes of recording time. Absolutely great there. Good play out of both these players. Definitely a standard opener for Red Alert 3, and then after that we got a little bit interesting. We had Vertigo, or Vindicators, not Vertigo. I hope you didn't get Vertigo from this game. But we had Vindicators and then heavy Apollo play, and both players, pretty good game. Kind of boring in the middle when, you know, they were just macroing up some armies. Interesting to note, MonkeyDance not as high on the economy this whole game. Basically, Maniek took the lead in the very early game, was able to maintain that lead, but not able to, you know, bring out the win. So, good game out of both players, and I will see you on the other side. This is Sybert, signing out.